Boo-doo-doo-doo. Ha! Boo-doo-doo-doo. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Ha! Boo-doo-doo-doo. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Bah! Ah! Internet. Holas. Hola, muchachos. We have a new champion first to the chat today, the Plywood Pelican. The Plywood Pelican did a fine job coming in number one. A lot of people talking about Mr. Dominguez, Mr. Frank. I don't know where he is. He must be somewhere. If I had to guess where our reigning champion of first to the chat, I'd guess that he's in a snowy... If I had to think right now, he's probably driving through a snowy mountain pass. That's what I would think if I had to imagine where he was right now, because he's consistently first to the chat, dethroned for the day by the Plywood Pelican. What is up, V-Stag? Kevin Keener, the Aquarium Co-op, is also here. Let's see, Bantam Cichlids. Bantam Cichlids. I like that. Barbara Jackson is here. Somehow seventh doesn't have the same ring. Understandable. Let's see. Candy Overholes is here. And Caleb, I'm assuming, in the background. Is Caleb in the background? Caleb, where are you? What are you doing? What are you doing? Special surprises for Caleb out there. Hopefully you're feeling well today. Let's see. Turbo Fish is here as a new reigning candy champion of the Midwest. Mr. Turbo Fish himself. I think I have diabetes. Not to make fun of anybody with diabetes, but I think I have onset diabetes from eating too much candy while at the Aquatic Experience, because he brought us like a 50-pound bag of candy. If anybody missed out on that, I'm sure it will show up in somebody's video, I'm sure, at some point in time. I said hi to Barbara, but I'm going to say hi again because, hi, Barbara Jackson, because you're in there a whole bunch. Melissa Blue is here. Nisi of the North. Watch out. She's our moderator extraordinaire. So if you get out of hand, Nisi, Glass Boxes, Steve Skoglund, we have a bunch of moderators in here today, so that's good. Let's see what else is going on here. Mr. Kevin Keener. We're recently friends on Facebook, you guys. And we could talk about our beards on Facebook. You know, hey man, do you like to drive the bus and stroke your beard? Sometimes I do. Jim Meeker is here. Michael Hoffman, what's up? Sashimi Whiskey is here. The Turtle Girl also. Fake name. Hey, how's it going, fake name? What's up? Kang Lee. What's up, Kang? I met Kang at the Aquatic Experience. What a nice fella. Big E's is here. Top Rank Guppies. Anti-Confetti. Wait, whoa, what happened? Oh, my mouse is going wild. Zelf Ernide is here. Bare Bottom Aquarists. Gene Tesk Rapashi Thursday for all my shrimp and guppies. Watch the chat for a minute before that. Just came to like the stream and say hola, off to work, bye-bye. Oh, that's the Bare Bottom Aquariums. Gotta go. Gotta go. I dig it. I don't know where you're at, but it's a weird time to be going to work. Maybe you work the overnights. Who knows? Let's see. Sergeant Tanks is here. What's up, man? Thanks for the post. Thanks for the post in your group today. I very much appreciated that. Thanks, Jeremy. Let's see here. 54 Punchy is here. Oh my gosh. He must have got a new job or something. Haven't seen 54 Punchy in quite a while. Good to see you. Thanks for coming out. As I said, Glass Boxes is here, so watch out. Fishhead 2925 is here. Mary Beth Mabe, hello. Good to see you. Good to see you, Mary Beth. Aquaman is here. Hey-oh! This is what the hey-oh! Oh, I can't do it today. Hold on. Hey-oh! It's not as good. We need Ed McMahon to come back from the grave and give us a hey-oh! Oh, that's kind of close. That was kind of close. That was closer. All right, I'll work on it. Daryl Dimer. Sorry, not Darren. I don't read so well. Let's see. Who else is here? Dwayne Kitchell is here. Donald Edwards is here. And Spencer Ballard and a few. Lisa Gum, everybody. And the Angry Fish Guy. Hey, what's up? All right, I think I got everybody. Hello, happy Thursday to everybody out there. Glad to be here making a show. We've got a bit of a topic today that's close to my heart. Is it close to my heart? I don't know, but we're gonna talk about Biddy, what are you doing? You see Biddy trying to sabotage the live stream over there. You see that? She made me tripping over my tongue. Are you sleepy, dog? All right. But we're going to be talking about a topic that is pretty close to my heart, and that would be shrimp feeding, the many ways that they come. And this will be brought to you by, I believe, Steven Skoglund, like 2 days in a row, man. I think he's the one that sent me some Shrimp King food, I believe. This is my first time ever using it. I've seen it around quite a bit. This will be my first time using it. I think he sent it. I didn't have a, there was no thing in the package that said where it came from. So if you guys do send me stuff, remember to get a note in there and let me know who it's coming from. So, Steven Skoglund just shouted, I got it. So yes, I must have been right of where it came from. So yes, we got a sample pack of the Shrimp King. I guess it's like the five assorted. If we get the 5 assorted pack here, so we're going to try some out today. I do have some video of feeding them. I would also like to see if anybody has had any real life experience using this food, along with some other food techniques that I've definitely used in the past. So we'll talk about some of the methods that I've used in the past. This is a new food. It was just a great opportunity to throw some in the tank, see how the shrimp react. We've got a decent-sized colony in that 150 right now, and hopefully it'll give you an idea of what it's like in there. As a preface, I would say if you are local and you do want to buy some of these shrimp out of my tank, feel free to hit me up. Go to darkstararts.com, shoot me an email, and let me know what you're looking for. I'm selling them in groups of 100 shrimp. It's just really not worth it for me to like drive and meet somewhere and bag something up and all that kind of stuff. Honestly, if we do a smaller sale, it's not to be rude to anybody out there that only needs 5 shrimp, but it does take time to like drive to a Petco parking lot to meet you there, and all that kind of stuff. So you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Gas is $1 million, right? $1 million. All right. So we'll run through that stuff. We also have some really interesting fan questions. One from Pamela Earlywine, which was sent in via the Patreon page on the community post here. If you guys haven't had a chance to go look at the Patreon community, one of the moderators will throw links into the chat here. You can go look at the Patreon. You could consider becoming a patronizer, one of those people that kicks in $1, $5, $10 a month. To keep the show going, keep the gas in the gas tank, and more projects coming along and all that kind of stuff. So if I believe 2 of the questions, well, I guess it's kind of like we've kind of 3 or 4 questions actually from the fans today. So we'll take some time to run through those. One of them is very, very, very interesting, and I am going to be delving into this deeply as we move along here. it just had never occurred to me. It had never occurred to me to really jump into this this realm other than the typical application. And the reason I want to bring it up is it has agricultural connotation, and it's something that I've spent a lot of time researching agriculturally, and yet seriously lacking in my game in the aquatic side. So I'm going to be over probably the next month, probably just driving people nuts while I find out some of this stuff, and start just reaching out and making people send me outrageous emails. In regards to this topic. This one comes from Pamela Earlywine. Pamela Earlywine asks, hey, have you had any experience with allelopathic effects? Allelopathic. All right. I rarely ever... You guys will notice that sometimes when I get to scientific things, I will trip over saying them because I rarely say them out loud in like conversation. But I want you guys to think about this for a minute. Allelopathic effects of aquarium plants. I was curious and trying to do research. Lots of information on garden plants, which I've used for years, but not much out there about aquarium plants. I did research that Vallisneria will inhibit the growth of duckweed. Okay. This is a crazy awesome question, and I want you guys to think about that for a second as I run through and catch up on the chat here a little bit, because we do have a super chat here from Roma Aquatics. Who is this guy talking shrimps? Yes, Roma. What's up, Chris? How are you doing? I believe your name is Chris, I think, right? I could be wrong. I think your name is Chris. Met you at the Aquatic Experience. Yes, I've basically been talking about shrimp for freshwater shrimp for going on 10 years now. I've had this wild obsession with freshwater shrimp and plants for quite a while ongoing. So I guess to answer your question, it is I, talking shrimps. This guy right here. Poke myself in the eye. Pretty good, right? BC Fishroom is here, so say hi to him. Hello. SC Aquatics, I need shrimp now. Well, I do have some shrimp available right now. If anybody is near here, if you're looking for some Shirakura type painted kind of cherry shrimp, they're actually just really high quality reds. I normally stay away from the street names, but they're basically cherry shrimp. They're really nice. I've got me a wolf pack of pea puffers, put them into a heavily planted tank, and promptly went to work on the seed shrimp. Yep, that will work very well, Gene. Let's see. I got more peepees in my local fish store. Corey says he's going to send me stink bombs or other nonsense. Oh, assume anything that's not marked is from me if it's beneficial. Oh, okay. If it's a stink bomb or other stuff, it's from someone else. Okay, I got it. That makes sense. Got it. Okay. I had bad luck with cherry shrimp. Oh, Barbara, I'm sorry to hear that. Cherry shrimp are generally pretty easy to take care of. Pretty hardy little buddies. I got too many red shrimpies myself from Kevin Keener. Too many? I don't know. Is there a number? Is there a number that's too many? I don't think so. Only had experience killing lots of ghost shrimp, and surprisingly, a bamboo shrimp is doing amazing. Ah, that's great. It's great to hear that bamboo shrimp's doing well. I love it. I love those guys. I love those bustas. Those little bamboo shrimps. Let's see here. Wait. Need some red shrimpies, but not just yet. In another month. Okay. These are some special shrimps. They're different than the shrimps in the sump. Yeah, as most people know, I normally do have a pretty large contingency of sump shrimp on a regular basis. I normally have separate colonies in my sumps just hanging out. Gone Mad's eating sour gummies at the moment. That's right, Turbofish busting out with the giant bags of candy. I didn't try to bring the unopened or the opened bags of candy that Turbofish brought for us because I didn't want the TSA to throw them out. Not it's like a 50-50 if they were going to throw them out or not, and I didn't want to be the other side of the 50, you know what I mean, when they're like, you can't take this candy with you. I just don't like messing with the TSA. It's bad enough anyhow trying to, just deal with the TSA, so I ended up leaving it there, so maybe Gone Mad's going to have the diabetes. Maybe we should send him some insulin or something. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Well, this might be one of those times. I watched the Mr. Chips as a shark. It was great, but I thought you guys were garden gnomes for Halloween. To Fuzzy Fish, you'll have to watch. You'll have to watch The Life Aquatic at some point in time, and you'll get what our outfits were. That's The Life Aquatic. It's a Wes Anderson movie, and just got to go into it with a pretty... Whoa, sneezing on the live stream. Luckily I got my hanky here, right? Don't want to be sneezing all over the wall. But watch The Life Aquatic. You just got to go into it. Remember, it's pretty dry comedy kind of stuff. Let's see. Vin invited me Taiwan shrimp tour. Let's see. Did I know? All right. Well, maybe no one else is as wildly interested. That's live in the chat here of the allelopathic effects on plants. Now, generally in agriculture, we normally call this like sister plants or something along those lines. For instance, like, if you have a butterfly plant or something like that and you want to put it near peas, because it will naturally help inhibit things that eat peas and screw with the plants and stuff. Generally in agriculture, we call it sister plants, right? So like if you had zucchini, you'd want to put those goofy little orange flowers, which I can never remember the name of, but Vicky's really good at remembering the names. I just know that's that seed that's going to make a tomato. I don't know. I'm kind of an idiot when it comes to that stuff. It's like, what does it taste like? Oh, it tastes like dirt. But it's normally called sister planting in agriculture, and I have a bunch of cheat sheets that I have written down on notebook paper and stuff like that over the years, and then I can just remember to do it. Like Barbara's saying, marigolds. Marigolds are actually pretty good. It's a different plant than marigolds. I forget what they're called right now. Gosh, where's Vicky when I need her? This is another reason why Vicky is such an important... She's the yin to my yang or the yang to my yin. I'm not sure which one's the black one in the yin and the yang thing. I think I'm the black one and she's the light part, right? I'm the chaotic black part and she's the like tranquil white. She's the one that remembers a lot of this stuff for me when it comes to nasturtiums. Candy's got it. Nasturtiums. That's exactly, they're the little yellow buggers, nasturtiums. We always have nasturtiums all over the place. They actually help out quite a bit as a sister plant for a lot of stuff. But it's like if you were going to plant basil, you want to plant tomatoes near the basil. You want to have basil next to tomatoes and stuff like that. And obviously it just keeps going on for days and days, and I could just sit here rambling on with that nonsense. But one of the funny things about certain plants when they get next to each other is they actually have... essentially ways to like toxify the soil or the air or that kind of stuff to like mess with each other. It's sort of like plant combat, really, if you think about it. It's like plant warfare. Yeah. That they're essentially going to mess with each other. Like this plant will mess with this plant. And it's got to be happening in aquatics. In the aquatic plant situation is like all these plants are all coming from nature, and if they're coming from nature, that means that they're doing stuff. And as I mentioned the other day, I think I can't remember which show it was. There's starting to become so many shows I can't remember to reference which show is what. But I was talking about how sometimes trimming anubias within your tank can cause problems with your shrimp. You can end up killing off shrimp with certain anubias when you trim them. As Adventures in Aquarium saying, it's like chemical warfare. Yes, it's basically warfare. They're just fighting each other. But anubias will release a toxin that messes with shrimp if it's trimmed in the tank. And I always recommend that if you're going to trim any type of anubias, mainly because you don't know if it's going to be this one or the other one. And the easy way to do it is just take it out, trim it, put it in a bucket, leave it there for like a day or two, just so it has time to release all that, rinse it off, and then put them back in. So that would be a variation of this kind of situation where that plant being chewed on essentially is going to release a toxin that says, stop eating me, right? Or I'm in danger or whatnot. And that will essentially affect the shrimp. And I think that's just accidental, realistically. I don't think that the shrimp are the target necessarily, but because they're pretty sensitive, that this can happen, and especially sensitive within such a small system. And that's one thing that I consistently try to point out to people, that our little ecosystems are microscopic compared to the ecosystems outside around us. And it's really important that we need to remember that a lot of times people go, oh, well, that fish is super sensitive. It's this, it's that. Well, it's sensitive in the fact that we're bringing it back to a tiny system. This last week, Corey and I had a big talk, which we'll be releasing on Sunday on the Aquarium Co-op podcast. If you haven't checked out that podcast, I highly recommend you guys get on board. It's something to listen to while you're driving around in your car or backpacking in the woods. I don't know. Mowing your lawn. You mow your lawn. What are you going to listen to? Winger? You can't listen to Wingers. You can't listen to Winger records forever, right? They haven't even come out with any new tunes. And somebody the other day said they were super surprised that I knew who Jethro Tull was, and which made me laugh because Ian Anderson is apparently still alive. I looked him up, 70 years old, still fluting. He's a flautist. So check out that podcast. So one of the things that we were talking about on that podcast was aerobic bacteria versus anaerobic bacteria and the differences between the two. And something I'm not sure that we really came up with is that what are the two that we're looking for? Well, one can be really beneficial in our small system. You're going to always have both. You're going to always have both bacteria. One can be really beneficial in our tiny, tiny systems, and when the other one gets out of hand, can be really detrimental. Recently, one of the Facebook groups I'm involved in, we got a text that, we gassed off my tank, all my fish died, this and that and the other thing, and it would be great for him to listen to that podcast because it's probably going to give him an explanation as to what happened to his aquarium. Now, so my reason for bringing this up is that I don't have a bunch of information in regards to this question. So I'm going to keep looking into this as we move forward. And as was said in the question, it was read that Valsneria will inhibit the growth of duckweed. Now, here's something I do know the answer for. The second part of the question here, the Valsneria will inhibit the growth of duckweed. Valsneria will only really inhibit the growth of duckweed in the fact that Valsneria grows just about as fast as duckweed, and it uses up a lot of the nutrients. One of the reasons that a lot of people say that Valsneria is a beginner plant is that it's highly adaptive and will grow really quickly into basically like any system that you put it into. It'll start to take off and grow super fast and use up all that excess nutrient that duckweed essentially would be using as a free-floating plant throughout the water column. So I don't think it's necessarily a chemical combative in the fact that it's actually just out-competing the duckweed, if that makes sense. I've tested that similar theory a bunch of times myself in order to out-compete duckweed, and it, in fact, is basically the best advice that I can give to people if they're having duckweed and want to eliminate it in a natural way would be start adding a lot of fast-growing plants like that are actually going to use up the excess the excess nutrients that are in the tank, because I haven't seen anything that it's actually a chemical battle, and every single time that I tried to essentially eliminate duckweed, the most successful method I always found was just to outcompete it, and the next thing you know, it ends up just kind of slowly dying off, and then before you know it, it's pretty much gone. So let me catch up with the chat here a little bit. I do get rambling. Someday, you guys, if we keep patronizing, I'll have my co-host here full-time, the Victoria. I like to call her Vicky-toria now. Mainly because it bugs her. I think it bugs her, like, in a nice way. But I'm going to keep calling her Vicky-toria for a little while until she smacks me, and then I'll figure out a new one for her. And hopefully, someday I'll end up with having a little chat moderator here so that she can nudge me as things go along here. Hopefully we hit on that, and I definitely want to come back to that at some point in time. That's definitely an awesome conversation, and I want to get more research. Gene Tesk is saying, oh, hold on, let me check here. Where did that go? Also, Val can get its carbon from a bicarbonate, unlike many other plants. This is one reason Val loves hard water. Yep, that is true. I do know that. My long vowels hold my duckweed in place. I like that. Hey, if you too, what's up, man? Jeffro, I'm late. What did I miss? You missed about 26 minutes, but that's all right. That means you got 34 minutes. Even Stepow, oh man, some people have really difficult last names. Stepowny. Sorry, man. Don't mean to screw it up. And allelopathy discussion. Yes, that's kind of where we're at right now. We're actually going to move on to another thing. Obviously, this is one of those chats that I will be saving and coming back to at some point in time because you guys are going strong. I'm going to do my best to come back in the next week to some of these really good stuff. Like Ramosa 230. What's the 230? Oh, hell, what's the like Ramosa? I don't know. I'm excited. What is that? I love duckweed at the moment. It's a great shrimp food. I always recommend, if there's a way to keep your duckweed so that it doesn't ruin your tank aesthetically, which means the look, the appearance, what you're going for, I highly recommend to keep it. Because it is a fantastic food. It is a fantastic food for shrimp. And it is a fantastic food for fish. It is a great source. Let's see. Fake name. Let's see. Rome Aquatic says duckweed is the worst. I don't think it's the worst. I think staph infections are the worst. I think that's the worst. Duckweed can be beneficial. You keep it under control, pull excess out of the water column. Yep, and it's also a food. It's the easiest food to process in the world, I think, out of all of them, other than just having frozen peas in the freezer. Frozen peas are easier. But you don't have to buy duckweed, as a matter of fact. So maybe it is better than frozen peas. But equatable, I would think. Just scoop it out, net it all out, throw it in your blender, blend it up, and then just lay it out on a tray until it dries out, and then break up those chunks and throw them in there. Super easy. You can do it you can do it in the oven too at like 260, I think. Around like 260 I've seen was fine in the times that I've done it. But my stupid the new house here has a electric range, and I hate it because you can't set it to any kind of specific temperature. I hate electric ranges. I can't wait to throw that thing out the window and put in a gas range, but that's not going to be until the spring. So, but I can't wait, honestly. Oh, Diana Wallstad has some good allelopathy writings. I will check those out. That's right. Like I said, it's not something that had crossed my mind as far as aquariums go. Like, it just hadn't really crossed my mind for whatever reason. I I've been to regional plants. I've done plants like, only from Argentina, or and that kind of stuff, or like only from Thailand or only from Vietnam. The regional plants was always a big thing. Parameter type plants. I always want to match type parameters of plants and stuff like that, just to make it a little bit easier on myself. But I never really thought about the sistering plants or the combative plants and whatnot, and so I'm really going to be delving into this in the next little while. And like I said, I'm going to be sending out some emails. I never want to specify the people I send emails to, because they're the type of people that don't. It's like hard enough for them to even get emails and respond to them, if that makes sense. Kind of hermit type people. Oh, yeah. All right. A little bit of coffee. Okay. On a personal note, you guys, I have to let you guys know more money has gone out the door. All right. Because I'm going to solve the audio problems around here one way or another. And this right here is actually an audio interface. So the audio interface here, I'm lightly rubbing it back and forth, a sweet caressing touch. The audio interface is going to help us out with our whole new setup that is going to be over there. Which seems weird because the camera's backwards, the window's over there, but the stream is actually going to be full-time over there, and be able to only stream from that computer, which is almost done building, and I'm currently working on finishing the networking, and then audio interface will all be run through the mixer into the audio interface and only in and out through USB 3.0, and this should solve all of my problems because I'll be able to edit on this computer, share it through the network to the other computer, and the other computer can always be set up to be streaming. And another reason why I bring this up is because our sponsor is sponsoring us with a new microphone for our audio production. So we'll be able to podcast a lot easier. It'll be a lot easier to have a dedicated editing microphone and a dedicated streaming microphone, brought to you by the Aquarium Co-op. If you've never been there, go to aquariumcoop.com. Check them out. If you're looking for plants, the kind of plants that I have in my aquariums, if you're looking for those plants, go there. One of the reasons that Corey from Aquarium Co-op is one of our sponsors. I've met them in person. I've checked out their stuff. Very honest, reliable people, and one of the big reasons I recommend their plants, 100%. Order them, and they will mail them to you. They'll more often than not do a little drawing on the box, all that kind of stuff. Always make them do a little drawing on the box. Request something mildly difficult, like Superman eating tacos. That'd be fantastic. I'd put that one in there. Superman the Taco Fiend. But if you're looking for those plants, if you're looking for plants and stuff like that, if you're looking for dry goods, if you're looking for lights or any of that kind of stuff, they have a ton of stuff on there, and super cool people. I wouldn't have a sponsor that I hadn't actually met in person and actually touched their hand with my hand and said, hey, and checked out the stuff. So highly recommend the Aquarium Co-op. If you haven't been there, go check out aquariumcoop.com, and they will be supplying the audio from Monday forward. Okay. Boom. There we go. And this show is also brought to you by everyone that patronizes the show. If you haven't patronized the show, go ahead and go to Patreon and patronize the show. And I'll try my damnedest to never talk about algorithms ever again. Some people get mad about it, but you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. I don't have the Aquarium Co-op link right here, so hopefully Nisi or somebody can grab. Oh, Candy Overhaul's already put it in the chat, so if you haven't been to Aquarium Co-op, go there. If you haven't been to the Patreon, go there, and let's just move it right along. Okay, we're moving along in the show. Today was rainy and cold here. Rainy and cold Thursday, and to be honest with you, I didn't even realize that today was Thursday. I thought today was Wednesday. I'm on a weird schedule here. from having flown across the country, met a whole bunch of people. I know that a couple of people had said that it seemed like I hadn't had a great time at the aquarium experience, and I will remind you guys that here's something that I've dealt with my entire life. When I'm not actually engaged with anything, I look like this, right? If I'm not engaged in anything, I'm just like, oh man, I wonder how I'm gonna move water into four different things, and and I'm just thinking about nonsense, right? I'm thinking about how I want to do more work on this rainbow fish here that still looks like a flounder, and every time it pisses me off. I'm not pissed off. I just have the male version of resting bitch face. There's just no other way to put it. That's just the common nomenclature these days. I have the male version of resting bitch face. I'm not mad. I ain't mad. I'm really not. If I'm just idle, people have consistently asked me throughout my life, and I can't even tell you how many times, "Are you mad right now?" Like, no, I'm just nothing right now. I'm not engaged in anything. If I'm mad, I look like I'm from Taxi Driver, so I will let everybody out there know, so that everybody knows I had a fantastic time at the aquatic experience. There just was a bunch of times where I was just standing there and I didn't have anything to do, so I think people thought I was mad. I ain't mad. You could say, am I mad, bro? I ain't mad, bro. So I had a great time there, and I couldn't remember that today was Thursday, and so I got up this morning. I stayed up late last night and finished a video that you may or may not have seen today. I'm not sure. You might have seen it. You might have watched it. If you hadn't watched it, you should watch it and check it out. It's kind of weird. I get it. It's kind of fun. I like doing fun, weird stuff, and I'm going to keep doing weird stuff like that. So if anybody is disenchanted by me making weird videos, tough. Sorry for you. I feel bad for you. But let's see. But let's see. So today I had to go load a truck full of a bunch of rusty farm equipment. So that's probably why I'm sneezing today. If I sneeze again, that will be why. We loaded a truck, and the funny thing was we didn't have to fuel the truck today because it was out. Somebody had drained the battery. I don't know who. Somebody maybe left something on, had completely drained the battery. But we loaded the truck, got that all done. And then tomorrow, before anybody freaks out tomorrow, we will be live from the aquarium coop tomorrow, from the undisclosed aquarium coop studios in the afternoon tomorrow. So we probably won't have a video segment. If anybody's looking forward, a lot of people look forward to the video segment. So just a heads up, tomorrow we'll be at the aquarium coop, which means, hey, we got a guest, which is that's better than video. I mean, it's double video and a guest. So I think it should be pretty fun. But like I said, got to pay the bills, got to load trucks during the day. So today we have the Shrimp King, and oh man, that's right. I had to speed up the beginning here because by the time I got back, I had to speed up this video so I could render it quicker. All right, so this is the Denarel. Denarel is the company. Shrimp King is the brand, and they seem to have like 10 different kinds of shrimp food, which is a little bit interesting to me. It's a little bit odd. And kind of odd that they have so many different kinds. I find this to be a little bit weird, right just off the gut. Now, I'm not saying yay or nay, but I always find it odd when there's just so many varieties. It's like, can't you just make a comprehensive food that I can do for my shrimp? As you can see in the video up there, actually the crib's back there in the upper, what is that for you guys? Right, the upper right-hand corner. You can see the cribs back there eating a pea. There's a frozen pea right there. That's what that is, if anybody's wondering why they're hovering around and eating a pea. There's also a bristlenose in the background there. That's Vicky's tank, you guys, and it's getting a big cleaning after this video is over. So if anybody's freaking out that there's a little bit of algae in there, it's getting some work. It's getting some work done right after this video is over. So don't stress. Don't stress, my guy. All right, so it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny to me, like I said, that there's so many different kinds. But let's run through the video real quick and see what the response is from the shrimp. As I said, there's 5 different packets in here. Steven Scoglin's the one that sent it here, so he's asking, were they decent-sized packages? No, they're kind of like little sample package. I mean, I wouldn't say that they're like tiny. There definitely is like a good amount of food in there, but they are like cool little sample package, little sample packages. And so I'm trying out the which one did I open? The yellow one. It says protein on it. So we're gonna try out the protein ones because my shrimp like to get a little protein and get all jacked, lifting weights, power squats, eating protein. Eating protein and getting strong. So Douglas Medlin says single feedings. That's the Shrimp King pack that I have. How many milligrams is too much of caffeine? For me, 500 seems to be the limit. I'm not sure, Gillett. I don't know how much you're supposed to have or not supposed to have. I don't know. Let's see. At Brown, no such thing as over-caffeinated. I like that. Let's talk about shrimp, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the shrimp things that may be. Let's talk about shrimp. I know what you're talking about. Let's talk about shrimp. I know what you mean. So I could say that these shrimp are enthusiastic about this food, and it'd probably be an understatement, I think, realistically, if I said that they're enthusiastic about this food. Although I've seen in the past, oftentimes some fish or some shrimp food actually just have like a bunch of sugar in it and stuff like that, which will make your shrimp freak out and go for certain things. So I'm going to have to run the test of time, the time gambit here, to see if this food is any good. As I've mentioned in the past, there are quite a few. What's the word I'm looking for here? What happened? I had a brain fart, you guys. Woo. As I've mentioned in the past, there are quite a few different ways to feed your shrimp. It's not necessarily. What is this? Go away. What? Stupid. I'm just trying to find the thing. That's all I was trying to do. There are a lot of methods to feed shrimp. It's not really rocket surgery, honestly. It's kind of a pretty basic science that they more often than not live off stuff off the bottom of things. And some people asked about the Amazon links and stuff like that. Here is the Amazon link if anybody is looking for the new style Amazon link for the store stuff. I'll be adding more stuff to the store. The Amazon got rid of the store, and I was thinking about it right now because they used to have the Shirakura shrimp link in there, Shirakura shrimp food link in there. That is the one that I've definitely used for a really long time. It was the Shirakura baby shrimp food, which is like a fine powder, and then the Shirakura pellet type, and that I've used for a really long time and definitely trust that one. I'm hoping that this Shrimp King actually comes through at least as well, if not better. And we shall see how it goes, because I'm going to have to really do the I'm really going to have to do the test of time. Dwayne says there's a complete food in the 5-to-1 pack. Okay. I'll have to check that out. If there is a if there's an overall Shrimp King food, that's the one that I'll look for. To me, like I said, it always just feels like a gimmicky thing that if you have like a whole bunch of different types, because you know, a shrimp food should be kind of, you know, all encompassing for at least like the type of shrimp that you want to be feeding it to. It seems odd that some are like, hey, this one's veggie, this one's protein, this one's this one's that. I feel like if I'm going to buy a food that is mass produced like this, it should just be a really like kind of a one-stop thing. You know, it's like if, I guess what's something equatable in the aquariums would be like if I was to buy like dechlorinator, but they only gave it in like each part of dechlorination. Like this one does chloramines, this one does chlorine, this one eliminates fluorite or whatever, you know, and you had like this 5-step dechlorinating process. It's like, I could just go get that. You know, I could go get all the 5 parts, put them together so that I can use them quickly, and that's kind of why, you know, I feel like you're spending money, you know. So that kind of just feels like a gimmicky thing. I could be totally wrong. I've been wrong before. Hopefully I am wrong. But I will see if I can find the overall Shrimp King type. It might be in that package. But when I looked up online, it was a different label than the ones that I have here as the one that came in this 5-pack. So I'll see if there is the complete one. Jeffro says, I feed mine Shrimp King complete. It smells like that green stuff them kids are smoking nowadays. The Mota, if you're talking about the Mota. So I'll try the complete food in the near-ish future. Otherwise, I'll run through this food, see what happens, continue doing water tests and that kind of stuff. Luckily, I'm not worried about this tank really getting out of balance. There just isn't enough critters and stuff in here to really mess with this. Just do a little bit of water changes, and it's not super crazy to deal with this tank, even though there are like 1,000 shrimp in here overall. Here's the crazy thing: these piles of shrimp right here, there's still shrimp everywhere all over the tank, even with the pile up, with the feeding pile. So I probably should have got some video of that, but I was really running out of time. I basically loaded that truck today, came back here, shot all this over about an hour, and then had to edit it and all that kind of stuff. So I really was just kind of running out of time, but I'll definitely do more shrimp feeding stuff as I try out the other foods, mainly because I want to actually just compare with feeding the same amount of food and then video versus the different kind of Shrimp King foods that I got here. And obviously there's nothing scientific about that. I think it would just be kind of cool to have different video of the shrimp and which ones maybe they pile onto more, or maybe they all pile onto them exactly the same. I don't know. So let me see. Yeah, because I don't think that there was a complete. Oh, there it is. Okay. No, I got a little bag of the complete right there. All right. So it has a crystal shrimp on it, though, instead. So let me see here. Let me pause this video. It's the one with the crystal on it. There we go. There. Okay. So all right, my bad. There is a little bag of the complete in there. So maybe I will just I'll try out this complete and then see if that's worth doing. So maybe I'll switch it out from the protein and just do the complete from here on out and see how well it does over time. But hopefully, it sounds like people are giving it good reviews. I know that Rob from Flip Aquatics, this is basically all the food that he uses. So if it's, you know, that's a relatively good recommendation, I would say, in my little world here. So hopefully, if it's working out well for all his shrimps, then maybe this will be better than the Shirakura. I think Denarel is like German, I think. Let me see. Where is it? I think Denarel Shrimp King. Oh, there we go. I was spelling it wrong. Let's see. Where are you from? Do 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 do. I think it's German. I think I saw German on the packaging. Well, I don't know. Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe it's Norwegian or something. Company location. Let's check. Maybe they're Danish. Where are you? Heinz Dennerel. Where's the founding? I don't know. Oh, here we go. So we have the we have the city where it was founded. Where is that? Zoom out. Germany. Yep, I was right. Just outside of Frankfurt and Hamburg. In between Frankfurt, Hamburg, and Mannheim is where it was founded. Okay, so it is a German company. Okay, which isn't, I mean, that's not a problem. I was just wondering where they were from. And then, you know, I'll make you guys watch me Google search, right? While I figure it out. So, you know, it sounds pretty reputable. It's not really coming from somewhere that has a history of sending out weird stuff, weird, maybe shaky science. You know, I think the Germans are pretty strong on their science and analyzing stuff before it goes out. They have a pretty good quality control, as far as I know. The cars don't ever blow up. Their solar panels are awesome. So maybe I'll shoot a email to Rob if he's ever not busy enough to actually get back to me. I know he's a busy guy. Let's see. I freeze my Repashy in teeny tiny silicone ice cube trays, cheap from Amazon. I oftentimes use Repashy food. In the past, the Shirakura Repashy have always been my two go-to foods if they were just food. The easiest stuff that I've always found in the past was to actually just take a little bit of shrimp protein and mix it in with a pea, and send that and feed that to my shrimp. If God, I don't understand why the chat drops off sometimes while we're live. Goofy thing. So in the past, I've done numerous different kinds of things, like adding in a little bit of calcium, grinding up like spinach with peas and duckweed and all that kind of stuff. Honestly, if you're gonna go the natural route, that is pretty much the easiest way to do it. Would be essentially to just use shrimp, use some shrimp protein to feed the to feed your shrimp with. Which the easiest way to come about that is that if you have some frozen shrimp, cut it up, grind it up, send it on in there. Realistically, it's the easiest accessible protein for shrimp, is shrimp. Let's see. Donald Edwards is asking, what is the fascination with shrimp? I don't know what to tell you. I'm fascinated by them. I can't explain it. I realistically can't explain it. There's a way that let me think. It's like when you see a brand new, spanking new paint job on a car. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like a 10-layer navy blue paint job on a car, fully waxed and shiny, and then you just kind of stare at it, and you're like, whoa, that's really cool. It's like that. It's not really explainable, but they are really fun and interesting to watch. Yeah. So, hopefully that gets. Hopefully I shared something. I don't know if I feel like I shared anything today. Okay. Well, either way, hopefully I hit on some shrimp food. I feel like I was just rambling on like a psycho. Jim Meeker just sent in on the community page, your video from today. I think David Attenborough should be nervous. Be right back. Got to ride the escalator real quick. I like that. So then we also had a few other things that I wanted to answer from the community on the Patreon. Real quick. And one of them was from Barbara Jackson, was asking, does anyone know why the Amazon store links are down and for how long? I'm not sure which links you're grabbing, but it should be just from the Amazon store was a feature that Amazon was allowing us to use. Now it has turned into the Amazon influencer page. Don't ask me why. I don't know why they keep changing all this stuff around. If you really want to contribute by buying anything from Amazon, you can just head over to darkstararts.com. There's an Amazon banner on there. If you don't see it, turn off your ad blocker, and it will pop up. It's the only ad on there. When you click on it, it will take you right to Amazon, and it'll essentially say that we sent you. Order whatever you want from Amazon, put it in your cart, and buy it, and it will just say that we said that we sent you, and you were going to buy it. It doesn't matter what you buy. It doesn't change the price. It doesn't do anything like that. It just says that we sent you. So, Greg Erxleben wrote in, let me know when you are ready to get angry, because I believe this is the Angry Fish Keeper. Was saying a possible collaboration is available. I am always open to do collaborations with people out there. If you have a project that you want to collaborate on, feel free to contact me either through the community thing on Patreon, or Darkstar Arts. You can email me from there, and I'll be happy to do that. He says he lives in Bremerton in Silverdale, so in person is completely doable. That is not far from me, so I mean, 45-minute drive, hour-long drive. I don't know. I'd have to map it out, but that is not far from me, so hopefully we'll be doing something with, I believe, the Angry Fish Keeper. I think he's the angry fishman. We'll find out. We'll see. But yeah, if people are looking to collaborate out there, if you're a YouTube contributor and whatnot and that kind of stuff, maybe you're just a marine biologist and you want to come on the show and talk about stuff, feel free to contact me. And yeah, I'm happy to do some collaborations, and we'll definitely work on doing more of that in the future. That has come up. The questions for that have come up recently in regards to the that what are the collaborations that are coming up in the future. Oftentimes people go like, why don't you just bring a scientist on and just listen to them? That's one of the reasons that Corey and I are working on the podcast together, the Real Fish Talk. If you guys haven't checked out the Real Fish Talk, that is the steps moving forward, is to try to get people that are essentially trapped in their nerd out mode, constantly researching stuff, and have longer form conversations with those guys. Oftentimes they do not want to be on camera. That is something that is an ongoing issue with a lot of people like that, is that they don't necessarily want to be on camera with them talking. So we're going to keep working on the podcast format. If we can grow that, if you guys go to iTunes, at least just go on there and give us a rating and a quick review. You could even just write in excellent ! Or terrible. Just make sure you spell it wrong so we know where you're coming from. Terrible, right? So let's see. Joel, catch Vicky eating a fresh mango and get her to cut a 1-inch chunk and drop it into the tank the same time as the Shrimp King. I should try that. I should try the mango. Between between the mango and the Shrimp King, and see which one is doing better. It's Vicky. Victoria has arrived. Let's see here. I got a message. We got a problem. The Amazon banner on Dark Star Arts doesn't work. I tried yesterday. Uh-oh. Okay, so maybe the banner on Dark Star Arts isn't working. I tried it out earlier today myself, and it worked. So maybe I can figure out with some of y'all what is going on, why it's not working. There. Let me see what's going on. I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna check it here right quick. What? What's this doing? Oh, I have to turn off my ad block. See? I have to turn off my ad block. There. I have to turn off my ad block, click it. Yeah, and it takes me right to Amazon. I don't know. It seems to be working. I don't know. Maybe we'll figure it out. Maybe I'll get on the horn with Nisi there and we'll figure out what's going on. Vicky Toria says I better check myself before I wreck myself. Okay, Steven Scoggin says the banner works, not the store link. Okay, yeah, the store link, the store thing is gone now. It's the Amazon influencer, so that's probably why it's gone and not working. So make sure just go through the standard banner on there in the meantime. I wonder if I have the... Oh, and then here's the new shop. This link right here that I just put in there is the new Amazon influencer link. So they replaced the shop, and obviously I still have it on Dark Star Arts. I got to take it down from there so that you guys can just go through the banner or go to it's Amazon. It's not me. They took away the store, and they changed it into the Amazon influencer. Basically, we had to go through this whole this new vetting process to find out if you're an actual contributor or not. Because basically, I guess just to explain it real quickly is that people were making spam companies and stuff like that were just making a bunch. They were making a bunch of fake Amazon stores essentially just to spam people constantly with like pop-up ads and all that kind of stuff, and then they were getting the contributions. With the Amazon influencer is that they essentially vet everyone ahead of time. So I had to like fill out forms and prove that I am who I am in a more extensive fashion than the last time, which by the way was extensive. And this time was even more extensive. So so just a little more vetting and that kind of stuff, and just a little more trustworthy situation. Kind of dumb, really kind of just nerdy, dumb talk. So sorry about that. And I don't know, I definitely got rambly today. Glass Boxes says, I've never seen a live shrimp in real life, but could give local fish store assistant level advice on them. I like that. All right. And let's see. Happy Fish Guy. You still, to Bracken, you still far away. When you coming back? Where is Bracken? The Angry Fish Guy works in Tacoma. Pretty sure he has met me at Aquarium Paradise before. He's great. Okay, cool. If Bracken trusts him, maybe I could get Bracken to come on the show one of these days. We shall see. I want to get more people coming on the show. That's the whole reason for getting all these microphones and doing all this stuff, so that we can get everything sorted out to get more people on. For instance, like the kind of scientists and stuff that maybe don't necessarily want to make videos or be making their own show and stuff like that, because they spend so much time with beakers and electro microscopes and all that kind of stuff, that they're like, I don't want to work. I want to learn your computer and sound stuff, right? So yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? What happened? Yeah, the goal is to get those kinds of people to come on and stuff like that. So we are over the hour mark here. So get some funny comments these days. So I think we'll go ahead and wrap up the show because I'm not 100% sure where we were even going at this point. But I am, like I said, I'm going to extra save the chat. We'll see if we can't extra save the chat. Where's the... Oh, that's right. I don't have any apps on this computer anymore. I stabbed it. I stabbed it with a virtual knife sword. Where did it go? Huh? Where'd the thing go? No, I don't want that. Where's the thing? Does anybody know where the thing is? It's a button. Alright. I'll do this a really awkward way. I'm gonna put it on a sticky note. Yeah, what up? Alright, so I just want to make sure I save the chat there before we get to the end here and close it down. I want to say a big thank you to everybody for coming out today. Let's see. I want to check here real quick. Let's go. Where's the... Come on now. What's going on here? Alright, hold on. I gotta go over here. YouTube keeps moving the buttons around, but I want to check something here because I have a sneaking suspicion. Oh, we're at 6,100 subscribers. There we go. Where's the... Oh, there it is. Okay, there's the button. All right. Sorry, I was leaning over there. This mouse is wireless. Where's the freaking thing? I want to thank everybody because I think something happened today. As far as I could tell, we got the little notification. Yep. Record views today for the live stream at 260. Thanks, guys. That is awesome. And we're at 6,100 subscribers. I think I just saw that went by. Let me check the dashboard here. 6,100 even. Even Steven. Thank you very much, you guys. The whole goal is to keep this growing, keep the show going. You know, probably have to do stuff like bribe scientists to come on here to have long-form talks about certain things and stuff like that we want to get more in-depth into. And that all comes from you guys. And so let me give some quick shout-outs here to the Patreonizers. As you guys know, I'm working on manually putting in the Patreons, the Patreonizers into the screen roll here, so I can have like some cool, so we can have like a cool edited thing pop up here at the end, and then I can just talk about whatever, and y'all can read it. But today during the show, we actually have 3 new patronizers with DJ Collins with $1, Like Ramosa with $1, and John Ugoletti. I like that. It must be Italian or something. With $1 pledge. Thank you very much, you guys. Over the last day, Dean Hanoi, Josh Peters, Daryl Dimer, Jorgen Therkilsden, which is an extremely difficult name for me. I don't know why. With a $10. Jorgen with a $10. Josh Peters with a $5. Dean Hanoi deleted his and then... Okay. Confusing. Slightly confusing. Oh, I see. He changed his account. Okay. So Dean Hanoi is back, even though he was gone for a day. Glad that you're back, Dean. Alyssa Jackson, Sean Pektek Tanks, Alexander Radion, Kyle Daniels, Laney NP, Malini Victor upped her patronization because this is just a valuable show to her. Jeff Jackson deleted his. Oops. My bad. Sorry, whoops. Didn't mean to say that one. That comes on the same page here, and I have to go past them and not read them. $1 pledged by Matthew Fish. Let's see, Sherry Ormiston with a $1 pledge. Thank you very much. That's awesome. And I'm going to run through the top patronizers here because it's already 5:10, and I bet people are getting tired and probably want to head over to Bob Steenfott is live right now. But our top contributors here with Eric Gone Mad at $49.99. a month is still on the leaderboard at the very top, followed quickly by Steven Scoglin, who also sent us the shrimp food, who also sends us good questions that I end up answering. Barbara Jackson at 31.41, the extended pie. The extended pie is awesome. Cute Nicks at $30 a month. That is, it's huge, man. I never thought anybody would pay, would contribute $30 a month or $49.99 or any of that kind of stuff. Aquarium Co-op at $20, Vince Grippa at $20, Kieran Egan at $20, Fishy Mailman at $20, Long Woo at $20. It's crazy. Bracken Ward $24.99. It's nuts, man. It's nuts, and this is all adding up to make a bigger and better show, and I'm super appreciative. Everybody else, I'm just going to run through your names here real quick because we are running short on time and bandwidth and all that kind of stuff. Joel Gillett, Tim Lewis, Iris Booth, Jorgen Thurkilsden. It's going to be tripping. I'm going to be tripping over that name for a long time. Jesse Stenner, Ashton Fitzgerald, Riot Ward, Sashimi Whiskey, Stephen Inez, Karen Halbert, Ron. Sorry, I keep saying Ron instead of Juan. What is wrong with me? Juan M. Ruiz, Doug of the North, Miguel Cam, Jim Meeker, Candy Overhauls, Eve Deigel, Jeff Myers, Kyle Paith, Pax, Denzel Gregory, Nick K. Aquatics, Rob Hicks Aquariums, Matt Gilmet, Jack Betts, Cichlid Bro, Mden Hollander, Eric Gone Mad is in here twice because it's very sneaky computering. Kevin Keener, Shaun of the Dead, Jennifer J. Sarchicino, Pamela Earlywine, Olympia Shrimps, Alexandra Radion, Laney NP, Shelby Waters, Ryan Colony, Meow Aquatics, Michael Hoffman, Ryan Brown, Classical Aquatics, James Hirsch, Frank, Catherine Ann Robideau, Dennis Ballard, Theodore Schultz, Addison Nishijima, Kevin Hayes, Gene Fensky, Barbara Jackson, Cute Nicks, who I just said those multiple times, but then I realized Mary Beth Mabe with the one-time $1 a month, $12 patronization. Super awesome. Thank you very much. Jeremy Brown, Josh Peters, Kevin Green, Malini Victor, Gary Brown, DJ Collins, Like Ramosa, Dean Hanoi, Daryl Dimer, Alyssa Jackson, Sean Peck, Kyle Daniels, Matthew Fish, Sherry Ormiston, Ursus 57, Elizabeth Rogers, Dana Grimes, Howard Meyer, Bentley Pascal, Melissa Byers, I think so, T. Frank's Tanks, Chad Johnson, James Dye, Lissa Cree, Casey Summers, Colin Davis, Sydney Erickson, G. Cunningham, Greg Eric Sleben, got it, Ryan B., TJ Kelly, Famous Jones, Debbie Clayton, Chris Coos, Devin, Douglas Medellin, Caroline Epler, River Life, Ian Van Natter, Wyatt Hickson, Derek Runyon, HC Aqua, AMA Aquatics, Dean Feldman, John Ugoletti, like it, Michael Faulkner, Brandon Wallet, BC Fish Room, Sandman, Christina M., Allison Behringer, Teresa Cookie, Spencer Ballard, Matthew Hagerton, Priscilla M.K., Thomas Donchek, and Matthew. All right, guys, thank you so much for everything. Totally in awe of the patronization and all that kind of stuff. Stay tuned for some news on possibly ending up working in Alaska for a month. So we'll see how that goes. Do I need to sign a contract? I don't know. Later. Anybody seen that button anywhere?